What's up, gang, and welcome to the I Am One YouTube channel, which is a channel all about self-love and self-understanding through astrology and spirituality and everything in between, baby, because it's lit on this channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the sun sign in Capricorn because it is the 10th zodiac sign and rules over the 10th house. I mean, like, we're on the 10th house now, you know what I mean? Let me know how my shades look. Anyway, intro. So people under the sun sign Capricorn are cardinal signs. So cardinal sign basically means that your birthday takes place at the beginning of the season. So cardinal signs will have Aries, we also have Libra, Cancer, and of course yourself, Capricorn. So cardinal energy basically means that you are an initiator of projects, you're an initiator of new things excite you, whether it's getting a new gift or buying yourself a new gift or anything that is new relationship, new business, new work, new career, new things excite you because of the cardinal energy. Now, when it comes to the cardinal energy, we have both pros and cons, obviously, because we're still on earth, balance. So the negative side of cardinal energy is that you only initiate, but you do not have the ability to carry a project through. But it's also going to depend on your moon, rising, Mars, and other aspects in your chart. But generally, as a Capricorn sun sign, you find it hard to carry through with projects. So it's not necessarily only just a negative thing, because you can work with the other signs, like fixed signs, to actually help you carry a project through or manage it. Every star sign is ruled by a planet, right? Because star signs. So Capricorn, you're ruled by the planet Saturn. So Saturn is known to be a very malefic planet. Saturn, the devils. In tarot, it's represented by the devil's card, but not to alarm you. We're not saying that negative energies will be following you. We're just saying that Saturn, as a malefic planet, it's going to put obstacles in front of you for you to achieve the things that you want. So the obstacles that Saturn puts in front of you are there to build your character, right? The reason Saturn puts obstacles, especially for you, Capricorn, to overcome until you reach the top of the mountain, is because Saturn is a masculine energy. So we know masculine energy is all about the ego, it's all about discipline, it's all about stability. So Saturn is a masculine energy and it rules over Capricorn, and the opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, which is the mother. So Cancer and Capricorn are going to have similar energies, but also opposites because of them being opposite to each other. So Saturn serves as a father, as a masculine energy. This is because as a Capricorn, you probably grew up with no father in the house, or even if your dad was home, but he was not emotionally invested in you, or did not teach you discipline and all of these things that you need to know. So Saturn now steps in as the father. So I like to see Saturn as God being the father, right? So now the father is there in your life, but subconsciously now you have to teach yourself the things that your father could have taught you but was not around to teach you. So Saturn is not always there like other planets, right? So Saturn comes back after 32 years. It takes 32 years to come into full rotation, right? So this means that in your life, Saturn serves as a father. So a father will teach you or kind of give you a blueprint of life, of what is expected of you to get the things that you want, and then they'll leave you, right? They'll go somewhere else, do their own thing, and then they'll come back, and when they come back, they'll ask you a question: have you learned your lesson, right? Have you done the things that I have taught you? And if you have, the Father welcomes you and then he gives you gifts, right? So now, bless our lives, God is blessing you, Saturn is blessing you with abundance and all of that, But if certain energy comes back and you haven't learned your lesson, that's where the discipline comes in, and we know that the father does not always discipline or hit you or whatever, but once in a while they're going to do that because they're trying to teach you a lesson. They're trying to be like, okay, dude, we taught you these things, 1, 2, 3, this is the formula. Are you using the formula to get the things that you want? And because you are a Capricorn, and if you haven't learned your lesson, that means that Saturn is going to be very malefic towards you, right? It's going to discipline you, which means that you're going to reach or you're going to experience a lot of you don't want to be on Saturn's bad side because it also blocks your finances. It's very malefic. It's like the devil's energy. It blocks everything. So the things that you need to know is to be disciplined, to understand your own restrictions, to understand your own energy. And if we look at the planet Saturn, it is a ball, right? And then it has a ring around it. So the ring is not attached to the ball. So this makes Capricorn very cold because the planet itself is frozen, it's cold, right? So now they're just cold. You're just cold. For some reason you're cold, you're detached, you're not emotional, you don't want to hear about emotions, that's Capricorn energy. They are loners of the zodiac signs. They don't mind being by themselves. They love being by themselves. They love their own company. As long as they're making money, they're good. They don't care about a lot of things. They just, although, even though you're cold, Capricorn crave love. They love being loved. They love being loved. They love attention. Also being a leader sign. Leaders love attention. They love when you listen to them. They love when you hear them out. So that is also Capricorn energy. So Saturn puts a lot of restrictions in your life, and because Saturn is there to help you grow mentally and to grow those masculine qualities of working hard, I'm gonna write them, I'm gonna put them somewhere here. That means that as a child, because your dad was not home, you had to fend for yourself, you had to hustle. So you naturally have a hustle mentality. You know how to get the bag, and you've learned that from a very young age because a lot of people also had to depend on you, a lot of people were depending on you, or a lot of people are still depending on you as a Capricorn because you have a hustling mentality. You know how to get the bag. So because people know that you get the bag, then it's easier for them to kind of like cling on you and all of that. My sister's a Capricorn, so I've seen that firsthand, where everybody is just wanting something from her, wanting the money that she's earning for herself because of that hustling mentality. So you had to basically self-motivate yourself, become your own cheerleader, you realize at a very young age that the world is rough, right? You realize that it's not easy out here. So you became very self-sufficient, and that's why you do not understand people that are not self-sufficient, because you feel like you're self-sufficient. So why isn't everybody doing that? Why is everybody, just chilling, sitting around and not, getting the bag? You don't understand the type of mentality because you had to learn that at a very young age. You had to structure your life and, plan everything to the T. For you to get to the place that you are, you had to work very hard. And Capricorn look like they've been through a lot. Their faces look like they've been through a lot. I'm sorry, but it looks like you've been through a lot because of the obstacles that Saturn has put on you for you to build the character that you have, which is, I think, very beautiful, because a lot of people do not have masculine energy, which is working hard and getting the bag, and all of that.
Boom, booked, busy and booked. You see me here, there, everywhere.
Capricorn, you are an earth sign. So earth is very resourceful. We get resources from earth. Even we are made from earth and we are used as resource. Money is resource made from earth. gold, everything is made from earth, right? So as an earth sign, it means that you are very resourceful. You know how to take breadcrumbs and make something out of it. You know how to make something out of something that is small. You know how to, dream big and achieve all of these things. And as an earth sign, it means that you view the earth through a materialistic lens. So the car you drive is very important to you. The house that you live in is very important to you. How other people see you is very important to you. I understand this thing of not being materialistic, but I also believe that God created earth signs the way he or she or it did, so that we can all express that part of ourselves, right? So earth signs are very materialistic, and there's nothing wrong with it as long as you do not put materialistic things on a pedestal, right? So because we are on earth right now, all of us, even the ones that are watching, right, unless you're on Mars, but because we are on earth, and earth is all about resources, right? The amount of money you have is equivalent to your status or power. So Capricorns understand this, and because they rule over the 10th house, which is the house of career, how other people see them in terms of career is very important to them. It's very important how other people, they do not want people to look down on them. And a very dark-sided Capricorn goes to an extent of buying things that they don't really need in order to be seen as socially accepted, and be accepted by society and all of these things, but a more a light-sided or more evolved Capricorn will be more structured with their finances and have goals and all of these things, right? So it's just, you have to understand the balance, just to balance. And also Capricorns tend to be very judgmental on other people, especially when it comes to materialistic wealth. And they think that other people are also judging them. You find that a Capricorn might have achieved so many things, but they do not see the achievement because they feel like they could do more, or they could be seen as more, or any of that, right? So it is very important as a Capricorn or as an earth sign to stay grounded within yourself and always have gratitude for the things that you have instead of wanting more and more and more, right? Because as a Capricorn, you are all about the mountain, climbing up the mountain, getting to the top. But it's also understanding that the top of one mountain is the bottom of another mountain. So there'll always be a mountain to climb. So being grateful and being grounded within your own energy and the things that you've achieved will be very beneficial for you as an earth sign. So if we also look at the earth element, earth is very practical and structured, and this also makes you very calculative. So I'm going to explain the practical side of the earth element, which means that you're very practical with your love. When you express yourself, you're very practical. So this can be seen by how a Capricorn loves, basically. They love giving, they love being of service. They love showing you practically that they love you. They're not going to be lovey-dovey, all kisses and angels and rainbows and unicorns. No, they're going to be very practical with their love. It's just a matter of decoding what they are doing and understanding that they are doing those actions out of love, right? And also the practical side also comes with when they're setting goals for themselves, right? They're very practical with their routines, they're practical with the things or the amount of things that they can achieve in a certain period. The only downside to that, there's nothing wrong with it, setting goals, very good, routines, good. Don't say I said, you will stop, okay? But, however, let me not say but, because I've been told that but just erases the whole sentence. But however, English. However, when it comes to your practicality, you always keep an open mind for things that might come from nowhere, like opportunities that might come from nowhere, which is basically having your trust in God, universe, divine source, energy, force, whoever you see your higher self as, and putting trust in that, and being open to other possibilities other than the ones that you have planned. I'm not saying you should not go ahead with your plans though, you know what I mean? And then going into the structure, so they're very structured with their thought process. So at the beginning of the video, I said that you're a cardinal sign, but unlike the other cardinal signs like Aries, Libra, and Cancer, you lead with more structure because Earth has structure. Everything has structure, from the beginning of time. So you understand the structure. Even in your own household, as a husband, or even at home, you love structure. You love knowing where what is and how to get it, and all of that, just having structure. And when it also comes to structure, Capricorns are known to be very good at architecture, at engineering, and all of these things, because that's where the mind is also orientated. Capricorns are also good at art, because as an earth sign, Earth experiences Earth through 5 senses. Earth being us, experiencing Earth, Mother Earth through the 5 senses, which is taste, touch, sight, feel, all of that, right? So when it comes to a Capricorn, they want to feel love or experience love through all these 5 senses. So sense of taste, they love good food, they love going to a good restaurant, getting the nice stuff, you know what I mean? And when it comes to hearing, they love good music, they love seeing nice things, they love having someone who's beautiful, someone they can, look at and smile, they love looking at nature, they love walking in nature. I mean, they're earth signs after all. When it comes to feel, sense of touch, they like being touched, they like being being held, they like hugs. Even though Capricorns are cold and they might not express that, it's very important to understand that it's part of their nature to want to enjoy life through the 5 senses. And that's one of the reasons they work hard, because they understand that money is what's going to bring those 5 senses, or the pleasures of those 5 senses in one. So Earth is all about grounding. So Capricorn, you rule over the root chakra. So the root chakra is all about stability, it's about our roots, it's about where we come from, it's about who we are, and all of that self-identity, basically. So as a Capricorn, who you are is very important to you, and how other people see you is very important to you. Status is very important to you, top notch. You want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to smell good, you want to eat good, and you want other people also to see that you are living the life. Why not? And your grounded energy makes you want to be stable, because the root chakra is also about stability. And the roots, as far as the roots go, then that's how far, the tree can grow, right? So the roots being humbleness, being values, being morals, and all of these things. So Capricorns are very disciplined when it comes to that. They know how to humble themselves. They know how to, and the more humbled you are, the more structured you are, the more disciplined you are, the more the roots go down, the more the tree comes up. And that's how Capricorns generally succeed, by looking within and fixing their character before trying to get the bag. So when it comes to security and stability, Capricorns love family. They love family. They love being homebodies. They are definitely homebodies. They love being at home. They like, being cherished. They love being worshipped, basically. They love attention and all of that. And when a Capricorn is not financially stable, because that is very masculine energy and very much root chakra energy and very much certain energy and earth energy. So if they're not stable or financially stable and they feel like they do not have basic needs like shelter, water, food, they tend to be very irritable and mad and moody, because they just want to feel stable. They're always thinking, how can I get the next bag? How can I get money? How can I, and that is very good for you, as long as you balance it out and you understand that sometimes you just need to be secure within yourself before you can secure anything else outside of yourself. And, just find yourself, calm yourself, meditate, and ground your energy, because if your root chakra is not stable, then you're not going to reach the stability that you want. The reason we meditate on each chakra is to stabilize or neutralize or cleanse the energy of that chakra, so that the energy that we attract aligns with the cleansed or the aligned chakra, basically. So as a Capricorn, it is very important to always find yourself in meditation in order to let your mind not wander and just be everywhere else because you feel like you're not stable within yourself. So security is very important to a Capricorn. Feeling secure in yourself, feeling secure in your relationship, feeling secure in your home, feeling secure in everything. You just want to be grounded. You don't want uncertainty. You don't like things that are uncertain. And that's why as a Capricorn or as an earth sign, you always make sure that you're planning, or you have at least resources or a way of survival for some period of time. So Earth is also filled with a lot of information, because if we look at the plants, if we would listen to the plants have a lot of stories to tell, about our ancestors and how they used to live and all of these things, which also goes back to the root chakra. So Capricorn is very traditional, and the reason they are very traditional is because of the root chakra again. So the root chakra is all about the past meeting the present for the future, right? If you are dealing with the roots, you're dealing with a person's ancestral lineage. So with ancestral lineage, when I'm speaking about ancestors, I understand that there's people who do not believe or do not acknowledge ancestors, and it's perfectly fine. So when it comes to tradition, they believe in the teachings that the ancestors have bestowed on us, right? So it does not have to be rituals. It could be as easy as simple as values, morals, and all of these things. So when it comes to Capricorn energy, they feel like they need to instill that or teach other people about those qualities, because they understand that those qualities are the qualities that makes us human or humanity, or have humility, ubuntu, right? So that's basically Capricorn energy. So going back to Earth having information and being information. So if we look at the age that we're in right now, which is the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information, social media, and innovation. As a Capricorn, when it comes to your career, especially in these uncertain times, it's very important or imperative for you to get into a career that aligns with innovation. Because what I realize is that when Capricorns, I don't know where they get it, but they get it from somewhere. When Capricorns put their mind on something, especially when it's something that is innovative. Like I said, you are a cardinal sign, you are an initiator. Part of being an initiator is being an innovative person. So if you come with a new innovative way of doing certain things, that's how you get your bag. And it does not have to be complicated like computers, although Capricorns are very good when it comes to IT and technology and things like that. I'm saying that because my man's good at it. Anyway, so when you use that part of yourself, and that's where you start accumulating wealth, when you start being innovative, coming up with a new trend, basically, or even if you're just an influencer, because I realize a lot of influencers that are Capricorn are making it when it comes to getting the bag, because they know how to source the money. They know how to source the money, resource, that's what I say, baby. Energy, baby. So Earth holds a lot of memories. So you can never play an Earth sign with memory, because they remember everything. They remember your Earth sign. They remember everything to the T. They remember what you said, when you said it, how you said it. They have documentation on it. And speaking of documentations, Earth signs are very practical with the things that they believe. They believe in evidence of things. I don't think that Earth signs would believe in God if God was not showing signs or miracles, right? Because they believe in seeing. They have to see it, they have to feel it, they have to touch it, they have to taste it, like all the five senses, even when God is here, you have to feel, God's presence or the universe's presence. Like they have to feel, there has to be evidence, and if you're going to come at them with something, it has to be something that is written. They're really good with information. They're really good with contracts. They're really good with written things, with structured, yeah, they're really good at those things, like I'm gonna give you that. Because not everybody is good at those things. Trust. So every star sign is represented by an animal except for Libra, because it is represented by the scales, honey. So as a goat, you are represented by the goat, the greatest of all time, the moosies, the meh. Yeah, man, so as the greatest of all time, so to better understand your personality, we're going to be looking at the goat, right? If we look at the goat climbs up the mountain, right? And climbing up the mountain is not smooth, right? It has a lot of obstacles. Again, the word obstacles comes in, which is the rocks yeah, sometimes you get hurt along the way, but it's all about climbing up the mountain and getting on top of that mountain and seeing the view. So Capricorns love views. Good view. Give a Capricorn a good view. I mean, that is, the energy of a Capricorn. Find their preference will be a house on top of a mountain where they can, see the views. It's all about views, baby. That's only reasons Capricorns work hard to climb up the ladder, to climb up the mountain and get to the top, And because of this, they're very understanding of you won't just get to the mountain, at one go, right? You don't just get on top of the ladder and one go. It's all about taking it step by step. And Capricorns understand this, and they're really grounded within themselves. That's why they're very practical, also earth element, right? So goats do not sit around and wait from manna from heaven. They go out and they do the thing. They climb that mountain. So goats tend to be like this. Sometimes they tend to be like this. So sometimes you can be very narrow-minded and not be open to opinions because of your own traditional way of doing things. So unless it's also going to depend on different aspects of your natal chart, because every Capricorn is also, different and their own individual. But most of the time, Capricorns believe in a structured way of doing things. Like sometimes they're not open-minded to other options. So Capricorns also believe that nothing comes easy, and this makes them very practical with their goals. They're practical with everything around them, and they're very persistent. They have a forward-moving energy, which is also the goat energy of being persistent regardless of the rocks and the obstacles that certain and other energies put in front of you. You are a person that if you want to get something done, you definitely get it done. So, and Capricorns love problems, just like Virgo energy, because they're always trying to find the world's best solution, right? So they love problems, And my man's love problems. He's always saying, give me problems, I'll solve them. Give me problems, I want problems, you know. Yeah, it's always about problems. I don't want no problems. I want soft life. But that's Capricorn energy. They understand that nothing comes easy, right? Or they believe that nothing comes easy, and they're very persistent when it comes to that. You know, working hard and, you know, being practical with themselves and the things that they can get done in a specific period of time, honey. So Capricorns are very loyal and dependable, and that is because Earth is, you know, sustaining and holding us, you know, right, even though we don't appreciate the fact that we have force of gravity and working on Earth, you know, like every day Earth is supporting us and all of that. But that is also Capricorn energy, you know, being dependable, you know, loving, caring. They have a lot of love. Capricorns have a lot of love to give. They have a lot of love. They tend to be very judgmental on themselves as much as they are judgmental on other people. Like, they judge themselves so much, it's so sad. So in the zodiac signs, so now we're going to move into the development of the zodiac signs. So we have 3 stages of development, right, of anything, which is the child, the teenager, and the adult. So because Capricorn, you are the 10th zodiac sign and you rule over the 10th house, you're going to be part of the last 4 of the zodiac sign, which is the adults. So because you are the adult of the zodiac signs, oh my god, you turn to have a very condescending tone. Like, you know, I don't get it. Capricorns tend to have a condescending tone because they feel like they're always right and they're wiser and they came to their conclusion based on practical facts and all of that. So they will listen to your opinion, but they most probably not going to change their minds. And they are going to, and they're not going to they're not going to impose their ideas on you, you know, but they believe that they are the boss and yeah, you should comply and understand where they're coming from, you know. But what I like is the fact that they don't impose their own ideas. That's one thing I like, even though they're very condescending. Another aspect of being an adult, it means that you're very wise. So you have a lot of knowledge, and a lot of Capricorns have old souls, or they are old souls because they have so much knowledge and information and understanding. The information could be cosmic, it could be Akashic records, it could be the mind of God, whichever word you prefer to use, but they are very knowledgeable, especially when it comes to spirituality. So part of their adult energy is that you cannot deceive them. They see right through you. Like, they see right through you. So it's hard to lie to them, and you must always be careful what you say around a Capricorn because they remember everything. They remember, rather just tell the truth. That's unlike lying, because they're gonna catch up to your lie. They always find out. They always find out. Okay, so it's very important as a Capricorn to learn how to balance your mind and your heart, because you possess a lot of masculine energies, which is very logical. So you tend to be logical even about the relationships that you get into. You tend to be very logical about everything, you know, and you do not express emotions. And emotions are also important because that's the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is the center of all the chakras, right? The heart chakra is what connects us to people, and through your open heart chakra is how you're going to connect to people and be not really vulnerable but open, you know, to people, like I said. So last but not least, I'm going to get into how to center your energy. So meditating on all your chakras is very important, and as the ruler of the root chakra, it's very important to always stay grounded, go out in nature, touch nature, you know, look at flowers and touch flowers, you know, play with sand, with soil, and all of that. And meditation is also important because it's going to help ground your energy so that you do not have, because with the whole masculine energy always wants to work. So sometimes it's very important to bring your energy back into your body. And if there's anything else I forgot or I did not mention, I'll leave it somewhere here. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and do subscribe. And I do also have crystals, so I'll make sure that you stay tuned and you are subscribed, honey, because when I drop, honey. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the other videos. That's what's up, gang. Peace, love, and